All right, we're all set. Welcome to Club Red LWN Style. We are excited to have you be part of our NingXia Red happy hour today. We're going to talk more about what NingXia Red is, Zing products, nitro products, vitality oils, and we're going to feature some of our Thousandaire earners tonight as well. But to kick us off, Aaron and Deborah from California together, I went ahead and, we're going to start with a giveaway. So how did you find out about tonight's event? We're always curious if you're paying attention to the lifestyle group or if your sponsor or enroller let you know. Go ahead and put that in the chat, and then we're going to randomly draw a winner from the chat. How did you find out about tonight's event? Maybe what you're excited about. Just get your voice in the room. Aaron already started asking, what are you drinking tonight? Some of you who don't know NingXia Red yet may need some instruction on that first, but we'll come back and choose a winner in just a minute. Deborah, check this out. How about this?
Whoa.
What do you notice?
That's awesome.
I know you wanted to speak to this just a little bit. So what do you see there?
How we've grown over the years.
I mean, grown. Andrea.
We've been growing.
Hey, we're in California here. We've got Aaron, Sarah, John. Here we are. They always make fun of me saying GROWN, okay? I'm from Southern Ohio. we have expanded amazingly as a community. How about this? The picture of the Just Our Family was in 2012, and you can see through the years that we have amazing teams that continue to grow, and we are so blessed for all of the possibilities that we have had to share together. And one of the things I am missing dearly is our community of meals. So as you are joining each other, hey Andy, as you are joining each other from across the US and world, please know as you're gathering in small groups, please break bread together. Please take time to celebrate our community because every one of you is important on this call today. So we love you. We're so happy that you're participating with us. How many took time to watch the awards already? The Young Living Awards came up. So our virtual office is working. I should say our Young Living One convention, VIGC, you know, it's exciting. So we're so happy that you're with us. And we are going to show a video right now to share a little bit about our community and how much we love you and care about you, and know that we're taking our community to a new level virtually this year. So thank you. All right, Aaron.
And do we have sharing screen capability
Yes.
over here? Awesome. Thank you.
My favorite part of convention is getting to be with all of the people, meeting people from around the world, and going to workshops and just discussing those with the people and bouncing ideas off of people.
Oh my gosh, I am so blessed and so excited tonight. First of all, with my two first business partners ever. Even though we say we were hobbying, we were still got ourselves a senior star and executive back in the day, and that's been almost 13 years ago. So we are one blessed family and one blessed Living Well Now team. And tonight we are going in to celebrate dinner with our 20 top leaders that are with us tonight on our Living Well Now team, and we're excited to celebrate with them and to see vision and past amazing dreams that can and will come true.
We want to raise up Thousandaire leaders, 1,000 Thousandairs on our team. And I know that by casting this vision and setting it forth before them and walking ahead, it gives them permission to shine their lights as well.
kindness is amazing. And I think that's what constantly inspires me about this Living Well Now team, the way in which we're all growing. It's just, there's people that are hungry. We're hungry to like help others, and it just fills my heart up every time I come to an event. Every time I'm hanging out with the fam, but also hanging out with the extended Living Well Now families, and that's you know, and it's so beautiful to be a part of, because at the end of the day, that's what's making a difference on this planet is kindness, and being able to do it alongside Young Living, which is all about kindness and all about bringing love to all parts of the world. Sign me up.
Sign me up. I'm stoked. I got nitro in me, zing in me, and some NingXia Red in me.
Hey guys, Jerry Stuckert here. How are you guys doing today? Super exciting day over here.
Wait, is that Jerry? Is that Jerry? Oh, wait, he's right here.
I heard myself.
How's he over there? Super fun.
Sorry.
That's right.
Where
That's
are
right.
you? There
That's
you
how
are.
we practiced this a lot before we got started tonight. So let's
That's
go back.
awesome.
So community has been really important to us. Mom, I just want to take a minute to thank you and Dad at this point for all of those amazing shared meals that we got to have together in Salt Lake City or Dallas, places where you made it really easy and affordable for us to come together at a breakfast or a dinner time, sometimes in 2 sessions, sometimes in one big group. To really bring people together, to make us become more than just names on a Facebook group and really connect us heart to heart. There are a lot of people in this call right now. I'm like giving myself chills. Sorry, that's just a moment. But there are a lot of people on this call right now that without Young Living Convention, we wouldn't have connected, or without Young Living, we wouldn't have connected. And I think as we challenge each other and grow together, we have just an incredible, diverse, and spirited team to push together through thick and thin. So very grateful for you guys for that leadership and for that vision, whether it was just the 12 of us at Squatters there in Salt Lake City, or hundreds of us later, several years later, expanding because of wellness, purpose, and abundance. We thank you for that. Andrea, we're just about.
I want to say one more thing. Cheers to wellness, purpose, and abundance.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cheers. Andrea, we're going to ask question number 2. I don't know if you have question 1 winner to announce yet.
I do. Eva, I don't know how you say your last name. Osunu. Eva, you won, and we're doing product credits of, I don't want to say the wrong amount, $20. $20 product credit.
Wow, great.
Congratulations, Eva. And their second question, go ahead.
Tell us really quickly, how do you say your last name?
Osuna. And it's Eva.
Eva Osuna. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that's wonderful. Our second question tonight for our giveaway, go ahead and post it in the comments. Who introduced you to Young Living, and why did you say yes? I want to hear from you. What is it that, who was it? What did they say, and why did you say yes? All right, let's continue on. We're going to talk a little bit about Club Red. Andrea, you and I are going to kind of back and forth this without any practice or notification. I've got a couple of these recipes. If you're watching on your phone, you can screenshot these for your records. These are NingXia Red or NingXia Zing shots that you can put together at home with vitality oils. I think that's the best way to take a picture of these. You can also use your phone if you're on your computer, take a picture of the graphics. We'll also continue to post these in the lifestyle group as we have our 30-day challenge coming up soon. But early on at Young Living Convention, Club Red became kind of the hot spot of convention, like a meetup spot. There were places where people were having healthy shots, right? Like, so it was a NingXia Red bar, but there wasn't alcohol served there. There was just really good, nutritious NingXia Red. And as the product line expanded over time, they started to expand different options. I am going to stop share for just a second. Andrea, do you remember these? Guess where I drug these out of today?
I do remember those. Those are from a while ago, right?
2010. These are from 2010. They were in Deborah's cabinet today, and they are NingXia Red, and I didn't take photos of them. I just have them in hard copy. They were handing these out at the Club Red, or what we called the NingXia Red Bar then. And these are from the 2010 International Grand Convention. I'll read those in a minute, but what do you remember learning about using vitality oils in NingXia early on from Gary and from other Young Living members? I've got a couple slides to kind of bounce while you're chatting too.
Yeah, well, I think one of the things that I love about the oils is that there's endless uses, right? Like I hadn't even really considered the idea of putting the oils in my NingXia Red when we started drinking NingXia until we went to convention and we saw all of the different things that you could do. And knowing, you know, Gary Young, I'm sad that so many of you did not have the chance to meet him and to know him, but he is really the authority on essential oils and pure essential oils. So many times we hear about not using essential oils internally, but it comes down to quality. It comes down to the French model of aromatherapy, which with French model, the utmost important thing about essential oils is that they are pure, how they are grown, how they are distilled. And so when you have a pure essential oil, internal use is fine. And Gary Young, he would take upwards of 100 drops of frankincense a day because frankincense supports healthy cells. Okay, think about that, healthy cells, frankincense supports. So he would do tons of frankincense internally and tons of helichrysum internally. A lot of you know that he struggled. He came down with something when he was in the jungles, I believe in Ecuador, somewhere in South America, and which caused heart issues. And so in the last years of his life, helichrysum was something that he used a ton to just support healthy heart, circulatory system, things like that. And so he was not afraid of actually high amounts of essential oils. So we can feel very comfortable putting a drop or 2 or 3 drops of each essential oil just to flavor our NingXia Red, to give it a little extra pizzazz, depending on what you're wanting to work on in your body. So love it. Ange?
I realized I was muted. I would also just throw out there, I made this, I want to be really clear, if you're brand new on the call tonight, you may not know that there's a difference, that Young Living specifically has oils that are designated for internal use, and they are marked with a white label. And that isn't to say that they're not the same thing as the other bottles, but they needed to be have different SKU numbers and be marketed differently because they are being used internally. So I'm holding Copaiba in my hand because this is one that a lot of you in the last 5 years who got to hear Gary speak, he talked about putting multiple drops of Copaiba in his NingXia Red to support healthy your body's healthy response to inflammation. So if that is something that you choose to focus on, or lemon for its detoxifying purposes, or Digize Vitality for its digestive support. These are all great vitality oils that you can easily add into literally your daily shot of NingXia Red. So there's a recipe there in the middle with 2 drops of tangerine essential oil, 2 drops of lime, 1 drop of sacred frankincense. Here's another couple recipes back on this here with, you know, using NingXia Red, Zing, and Nitro. I actually remember last year, I'm going to forget what it was called. I think it was called a brain freeze, but I could be wrong. Brain something, and maybe Lisa will help me out. But it was all about adding MindWise to their NingXia Red as well. So you could also combine NingXia Red with Nitro and MindWise in the morning for a boost to your mental support as well. So these are all recipes. Some are cocktails there on the right side of the screen that you can add coconut rum or vodka to your oils as well, and with your NingXia. But it may be that you just want to support daily overall health and well-being, and you choose to start adding vitality oils to the products that you're putting into your NingXia Red. Now, I will also say that coming up next month, we're going to begin a NingXia Red 30-day challenge. So this may be a good time for you to start doing some of that research on which vitality oils you'd want to start adding to your NingXia on a regular basis. If you've just been taking it by itself for the last the last while since you started with Young Living. Maybe this is a way to zip it up a little bit and to increase your intentionality about what health goals you're actually trying to accomplish with your NingXia Red intake. Over on the right-hand side, it's really important to order NingXia Red on your Essential Rewards. In fact, if you use the Essential Rewards kit, you can save a bunch of money. By switching to Geico. I'm just kidding, by switching to Essential Rewards. I feel really strongly about letting people know how to get the best value. So ordering a 4-pack of NingXia plus those 30 packets is obviously the way to go. And if somebody's first just getting started, they can start with a new member kit and get their NingXia and Nitro actually at time of purchase. So make sure you let your friends know who are looking for more energy, looking for a healthier immune system, looking for sustained longevity in their lives, that this is the way to go. I'm also these are some old Young Living shot glasses that we've had at convention over the years. Now they are plastic. We've actually packed our glass ones away and couldn't get to them tonight. So I highly recommend, if you're gonna put vitality oils in your NingXia Red, that you use literally a glass shot glass. I think I was the only mom on certain trips to Vegas or New York City that was buying actual shot glasses for my children when they were barely in kindergarten, because I wanted to put oils into their NingXia Red, and so glass shot glasses became kind of the thing that mom would bring home from her trips. So these happen to be plastic. Obviously, if you have been part of our classes before, you know that essential oils will eat petrochemicals and destroy plastic. So you want to use glass when possible. But it's super simple to shake up your NingXia Red, pour it into a cup, about an ounce or 2 ounces. Add a couple drops. I grabbed peppermint and lemon. I know a lot of people like lavender vitality, lemon vitality, and peppermint vitality, plus copaiba as a way to get through the seasons. Some people appreciate extra clove or nutmeg or cinnamon bark for its properties that help support a healthy immune system. Citrus oils are always a good go-to. Andrea, would you add anything else? I think we've pretty much covered the waterfront.
No, I think you did. I'll tell you, we're having people over tomorrow, as a lot of people are, for the first day of convention. And for breakfast in the morning, we are doing NingXia mimosas. So we have a non-alcoholic version and a Prosecco version. So it'll be a little Prosecco, little fresh squeezed orange juice, and some NingXia Red, flash of NingXia Red. So
super fun. That's our Saturday morning offering after yoga. So that I'm in for all of that. I will also highly recommend, I mean, like I said, these old school cards are still, I was really shocked when they started putting so many essential oils in NingXia Red, because I'd been taking it without for a long time. Guys, it actually doesn't taste bad. And peppermint makes a good chaser. Not gonna lie, it's fresh for your breath, supportive of the digestive system. Frankincense in your NingXia actually is a really good thing to add as well. This one is called Who Let the Dogs Out? Okay, so this one says, variation. Put 1 drop of cassia on the back of your hand like a shot, and then drink your NingXia with 1 drop lemon, 2 drops tangerine, 1 drop frankincense, and 1 drop cinnamon bark. So just saying, if you're gonna like mix it up, that might be one that you want to try in the morning. Again, the recommendations on the sunrise special: 1 drop of orange or grapefruit, lemon, or citrus fresh, 2 drops tangerine, 1 drop frankincense. Boy, frankincense was in every shot. Oh, not this one. Almost every shot on these little cards. But again, Young Living, people sometimes say, oh, I've heard it's dangerous to take essential oils internally. We've been with the company now for 13 years, drinking essential oils in our water and in our NingXia Red, and have nothing but great health and longevity to report as a result. All right, moving right along. Are you guys having fun yet?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Aaron, how are you guys hanging out over there? Pretty good? We're going to do one more giveaway. Andrea, if you want to give us our winner from round 2. And the question, go ahead.
I have our winner from round 2. It is Julie Martin.
Woo! Congratulations, Julie.
Lisa Herder introduced her, says her experience with all of the products and the business opportunity is what intrigued her. Awesome.
Awesome. And reminder to sign up for the 30-day challenge. In the lifestyle group, there have been multiple posts this week. You can grab that Google form. You just need to fill that out as a pre-form selected so that you can identify yourself as somebody who's going on the challenge with us. All right, so question number 3. What vitality oils do you love putting in your NingXia Red? What vitality oils do you love putting in your NingXia Red? All right, let's see what you got. Now, I'm going to play one more song as we start to make this transition. Because we needed a little music in the middle of this. I want to see your dance moves. I want to see what you got going on. And we're going to come right back with our Thousandaire earners in just a second. Get your bodies moving. Get your NingXia. Go do a refill, whatever you need to do.
Every time I go for the mailbox, I hold myself down. I just can't wait till you ride me, you're coming around. I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa, I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa, I'm walking on sunshine.
Isn't that fun? That song just makes me feel happy. I realize I muted myself.
Aaron, are you swimming? Was that your swim moves?
Hey, I don't think you're supposed to dance on the table, Aaron. That doesn't seem like that's the right thing to be doing there.
I'm walking on NingXia. I'm walking on NingXia over here.
I love that the whole family's live tonight. If you guys haven't met us before, I guess we should have introduced ourselves. A little late for that. But as we're getting started, I will say my name's Angela. I'm the oldest child of Deborah and John Lehman, who are pictured there. Y'all can wave. Aaron is their youngest child there with them in California. They're all hanging out there together. Andy, middle son.
Sarah.
Oh, there's Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Andy married Andrea, and she got the party started, and we just kind of were like, all right, let's go. So next, we want to talk about how this vision has morphed over time from 12 of us sitting at Squatters in 2012, kind of debating whether or not we were going to go forward in sharing business with other people, how that was going to look, what that was going to feel like, how we were going to be honorable human beings in network marketing profession, to really care and serve others with our time and energy. And so out of that was born Ignite. Ignite came around, what was that year, Mom, 2014, 2015?
2015.
But before that, we were having larger events at Rio Vista with Adam Green, who's a Royal Crown Diamond, Connie McDaniel, also a Royal Crown Diamond. And we were really starting to vision what this could mean for our team. So in addition, it wasn't enough for us to just get together at Young Living's convention. We created our own family reunion at Ignite. You'll recognize some familiar faces there, some excited faces. And we're going to transition a little bit to tell you that our team system is to ignite your business in a process called duplication through education. So a Thousandaire is somebody who earns $1,000 a month or more in network marketing for life. Not that you went out and hustled to earn it, but that you are earning it for life as residual income. And just this last year, we shared at our Ignite event how possible it was to jump into our duplicatable system by becoming part of our boot camp, Ignite Your Business Boot Camp. We're right now in the middle of our Ignite Your Summer Hustle, happening in a special group on Facebook and other efforts that are going on outside of Facebook. And then in the fall, we'll launch our Thousandaire Revolution. If nobody's introduced you to the business, let me just tell you, this was one of the products of Young Living that is one of its best kept secrets. Gary Young had a vision of getting essential oils into every home in the world. And I think it's fair to say that he specifically chose network marketing as a place that would rely on lots of people inviting one or two others to take a look at the oils, at the products, and at the business model to be able to become a larger and growing company. So we are going to feature tonight some highlighted stories of Thousandaire earners who in 2019, since our last meetup, have earned the rank of silver or gold. And whether they've earned the rank, some of them have earned it for the first time, some of them have held it for 3 months and now are being gifted a trip by Young Living to go at some point in the future to one of our farms as in an all expense paid trip. And so I've asked, Andrea and I have kind of shared the responsibility of asking y'all to come live. We're going to do that in an honorable way where we're going to make you speaker view so that we can hear you share. I did not put a list together, so y'all know who you are. So if whoever wants to go first, you can jump right on, tell us your name, where you're from, and give us a little bit of an insight into how you started your business and what you're most excited about doing with it now. How's that? Is that good, Andrea?
Sounds good.
Okay.
That works.
Cool.
I'm just going to call on somebody to go.
Tanya just unmuted herself. That's so funny.
Hi, my name's Tanya, for those of you who don't know me, and I am a silver. I just was able to hit it 3 months in a row and qualified for the silver retreat back in just this past month in May. So my oily journey started back in, it was August of 2014. As a result of 3 back-to-back surgeries, I was left in menopause. I had to have a radical hysterectomy. I was a hot mess, hormones all over the place. And luckily, a few weeks later, after recovery, I ended up meeting up for dinner with Nan Gillespie, telling her, how miserable I was. And she said, you know what, you need to come to one of my classes. I know exactly what you need. So I did. And that night I didn't even waste time. I just ordered my kit because I was desperate. I was like willing to try anything to help balance me out. I was allergic to everything that the doctor prescribed to me with really bad side effects. So I knew I wasn't going to go down that road. So I started noticing dramatic changes. And that's how I started my journey with the oils. But that night, Angela Lehman had, asked me at the class, hey, would you be interested in doing the business? And of course, I'm just like, well, I don't know anything about business. But at the time, I was actually shopping around for a part-time job. I was a single mom, struggling to make ends meet. I was already like putting applications in at Total Wine. I thought, well, I could be a wine pourer or something. Nobody was calling me back. And at the same time, I was kind of worried, like if I did get a part-time job, it's going to take away time from my kids. They're very active in high school sports. And I knew that I would be missing out. So that was my major factor of realizing, like, you know what, I'm going to try this. What do I have to lose? So a few months later, I hit senior star and then eventually executive. But then after executive, shortly after that, I decided to go back to school to pursue physical therapy. And so I dropped off on doing all the things that we do in the business. Like I wasn't holding classes. I wasn't really reaching out to people. I was just so busy with school. But then last year on Black Friday, November of 2019, Nan texted me and she said, hey, you're about to hit silver. And I said, what? And I was like logged in my account and I didn't realize that I was that close. And so I worked the rest of the day of just getting, people to purchase and things like that. And I hit it for the first time. And I was just amazed. Like I hadn't even been pursuing it that past year, but all the work that I had laid out and on my team below me had boosted me and kept me going during that time. So it was a big light bulb that like just went off. And I said, okay, where would I have been had I been pursuing it those 2 years? I would have been a lot further. So I kind of kicked myself in the butt. So everybody, don't make that mistake. Just keep going and, take it day by day. Don't give up. And ever since then, I just decided to push through. I was scared of social media. I wasn't posting daily. I didn't know how to do the Instagram stories and the Facebook stories, but you have to learn those things. So in order to be successful, especially now because we can't really have those in-home classes and things like that, just posting what you use the oils for daily, just anything, you have to learn it. Learn from someone else that's successful, look at other people's Instagrams that might not even be in our Living Well Now circle. You get ideas, and that's how you learn, and you just push through it, get over the fear of it, just do those Facebook Lives. It's nerve-wracking at first, but eventually the more you do it, you get more comfortable. So that's my big advice to everybody, is just to push through the fear of social media, learn it, and you'll grow a lot, and people will start coming to you, asking you, what's going on? What's this oil? They ask you questions, and that's what's been happening. And I've been able to hit it now successfully because of that. And I know it's because of that. Thank you.
Thanks, Tanya. Andrea, are you calling on people? Teacher?
Can I go?
Oh, go.
Okay. My name is Carissa Renner. I am from Wakarusa, Indiana, and I am an accidental business builder. I started Young Living 6 years ago just to support my family. I didn't know anything about the business. I didn't, know anything about any of it. I just wanted to support my family. And in November of 2018, I hit silver for the first time. And I kind of trickled a little bit after that. Here and there, I'd hit a month of silver. I had one really strong leg and one leg that was hit or miss. And then I hit silver again in November of 2019. And then these past 3 months, I have been consistently silver because I had a new leg that stepped up. And it was when I signed Yami up, and I will let her tell her story. It was several years ago. We met in Puerto Rico, and I didn't think she was going to join Essential Rewards. I didn't think she was going to go on with the business, but we kept in contact, and I just kept reaching out. And then all of a sudden she got the vision and just blew everything away. And I really think it's by the grace of God that he leads us and guides us when the timing is right. And I also feel my biggest thing in the past, 6 months has been relationships. Personal contact and relationships are what build this business. Reaching out, sharing with people, but they don't care what somebody else is using for something. They want to hear from you, your friend. And making those contacts and letting people know you care is so, so important. So,
thanks, Carissa. That was awesome. Congratulations. I know you just qualified for the retreat too, and I think they're offering it this year virtually, but they're going to put everybody on the list for 2021. We're just really excited for you.
Jessica, do you want to go?
Sure. Hello, everybody. My name is Jessica Verado, and I've been using Young Living for about 5 years. I first got into it because my son had, when he was younger, he would get sick all the time, had chronic ear infections. As he got older, he had a lot of allergies. And so I was trying to find something natural for him. And that's when I got introduced to oils. And then about 5 years ago, I got introduced to Young Living and really saw a difference in the quality that they have, of course, versus the other ones that you can get just from your local drugstore. And I just focused for myself originally on finding something for my son, because for me, it was a personal thing. And of course, a lot of us, if you can find something personal for that person that you're sharing with, then they're going to want to reach out to you to find something that will fix their need. And so for me, originally, that's what I did. And I did this accidentally. I am a nurse by trade, but I wanted to focus more on a natural solution for people for their health. And so I started just sharing and doing that with people that I work with friends. And this business just started to grow and grow and grow. I started to get my oils paid for, which is a huge blessing. And then I signed my husband up last year, and now my income checks will pay for his oils as well. And I've been consistently a solid silver since about October of last year, which has helped me to qualify for the silver retreat, which I'm so excited to attend in person next year. And now I just have this deeper passion to really become gold, because I know when I'm a solid gold that I'll be able to step away from my nursing career full time and be able to eventually stay at home with my future child that my husband and I want to have, which for me is my big why right now, because I want to be there for my future child, and I want to be able to not miss any steps, not have to send them to childcare, but to really be there. And so I now, share with people on a deeper level than I did at first, because I feel like if you can pull at their heartstrings and really make them look into their bigger vision of what they want for their future, then they'll look more into deeper of what they want versus just a kit, which we know our kit and our oils are absolutely amazing, but there's such a deeper vision and goals that we all want for our future. And we know that this business is capable of all that. So that's where I come from now. So I would just encourage all of you to continue to share from your heart. Of course, build those relationships, because then people will trust you. And then this business, it just falls into place. It really does. But of course, you got to put in the work. I've stepped back, and then I realize I'm not moving forward because I'm not putting in the hard work. So that's what I have to share.
Awesome. Thank you, Jessica. Appreciate that so much. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Thanks, Brandy.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brandy Newman, and I have been using Young Living essential oils since 2014. I initially was just interested because I love to learn about healthier alternatives to what is offered in the store and over the counter. Once I started using Young Living and just learning, I mean, I was a candle fanatic, everybody. I think lots of us can maybe admit that, but candles in every room, for plugins in every room. So this company and this community as a whole has helped me learn so much. So I kind of dove right into the oils, loved them. My sponsor, Carrie, showed me that if I shared with people that I might get an accidental check. And so I thought that was kind of cool at first. I'm like, I could share it with a couple of people and get my kit paid for. So that's what I did at first. And that worked, I did that for a couple times, and then that was it. I got my kit paid for, and I didn't think anything else of it. And I just, kept sharing with people here and there. And then I shared with Cassie Jennings. I know some of you know her. I was an at-home preschool teacher, as I was sharing with oils on the side. And she kind of dove right in this business. I mean, right away. And Ange talked with her about the business, and she just dove right in, and she kept telling me, Brandy, you really need to do this business. And I said, I'm not a sales lady. Like, I don't sell things. And she's like, no, you share what you love, and you're already doing that. And I said, no, you don't get it. I'm not a sales lady. And she kept telling me, Brandy, you share what you love about the oils, just like you shared with me. You let me borrow an oil, you told me how to use it, and I fell in love with it. That's what you're doing. You're like sharing a movie or that you like, or you're sharing, tennis shoes that you love to run in. And it took me, Cassie probably told me that over and over, probably 50 times, I swear, before it finally clicked with me that, okay, wait a minute, she's onto something. Because I was watching her with personal development, with professional development. I was watching her connect with people. And I was just getting these random larger checks in the mail that were helping me pay for my essential rewards order. And I started thinking about it and putting it together, thinking, okay, maybe there's something to this thing, and maybe I don't have to be so salesy. So after I went to a few classes and I started to share more, and then I kind of learned more about just sharing not just the oils, but all of the products. Like, it's just not an oil company. It's everything, everything. There's shampoos, there's supplements. And so once I kind of dove right in and learned how to share and how to follow up, that's the number one thing if I can share anything with you, is how to follow up. Then I finally started building my business. I became an executive, and then I hit silver in November of 2019. And then I just hit it again 3 months in a row. So I qualified for retreat, and I cannot wait to meet everyone else in person at the retreat next year. But what I learned is that in the beginning, when I was sharing because I loved the product, and that was cool, and I was going to get a little check on the side. But I never really understood the follow-up piece to it. So now that I know better, I do better, and I actually call people and say, hey, what oil haven't you opened up? Tell me what's your favorite one. What do you like? Let's get together and chat about it and talk more about them. And just like Jessica spoke, getting to know people and what their needs are and how they want to meet the needs of their family and how you can bless them has changed not only my life, but theirs, because I am getting more fulfilled by sharing that and changing people's lives. So I am looking forward to Bridge to Gold. Hopefully next month, that will be me, or the end of this month. But if I can share anything, follow up. You know, treat people like they're your family. You love them, you care about them, and ask them how they're doing, and share not just the oils, all of the stuff that Young Living has to offer.
Thanks, sweet Brandy. That was awesome. We appreciate you so
I want to
much.
say something here.
Oh,
I want to pop in.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
Just for 1 second.
Let her bop.
So we've got Tanya, we have Brandy, we have Jessica, and we have Carissa that have just shared all silvers 3 months in a row. I want them to say in the chat, if they choose, but I want you to tell the people that your income has jumped from executive to silver, because that is a big jump. If you look on the income disclosure form, it's a big jump. So please tell everybody, yes, your income has jumped monthly for being a silver instead of an executive, because that is a big deal, a huge big deal. So let them know that that has happened to you, that it's not just a dream, but it is true.
That's awesome. Okay. That's awesome. And I also posted the link to the income disclosure statement in the chat as well, youngliving.com/IDS. You can access that on your own time and check out those annual averages of our leaders and what people are earning. Today was payday. A lot of you who are on direct deposit were pleased probably to have your income added in so that you're ready for convention purchasing tomorrow. Am I right? I think I've heard that from a lot of people. But let's keep going. Yamilka, will you please come live and tell us your business story?
Okay, I am live. Hi. I didn't know I was supposed to talk. Okay, I'm not ready, but here I go. Well, I was introduced to Young Living by Carissa Renner. I love her so much. And I was in Puerto Rico when I got introduced to Young Living. We got in touch because we were using common curriculums for homeschooling. She was in a business trip with her husband in Puerto Rico, and we got to meet. And she showed me Young Living, and I was like, oh my God, what, this smells so good. So actually, the funny thing is, it took me some time to get my kit, because I was like, I can't spend $160. But, you know, I made my mind to save up for it, and I did. After a year, I think. And Carissa, right there, taught me the first lesson on the business. Caring for your team, caring for the people, being consistent, being not only, she didn't just want to sell oil, she didn't want me to just be in Young Living, she was caring for me. She was caring for my family. And so I started using the oils. And then a few years after, Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico. And it was devastating. I lost touch for months with everybody. And receiving a care package from Young Living, from Living Well Now, who actually did a rally to send a care package to me, really moved me. I was like, oh my God, I'm not even doing the business, and these people are caring and loving on me to the extent that they sent me something that they didn't have to do. And it was the love that attracted me to the business. So then in 2017, yes, the love, I moved from Puerto Rico to Utah. God and his providence moved us to Utah. And of course, me, homeschool mom, always busy, sometimes in La La Land. We're driving down the expressway, and my husband's like, look, Young Living Farm. And I'm like, oh my God, it's true. I am in Young Living land. So right then and there, I was like, I need to check these people out. I want to see if they're legit, women of little faith. So I did my homework. I went to the farms, to the distillery. I talked to people in the store. I talked to people that worked in the lab when they went out to lunch, and I would ask questions, and I hung out at Young Living because I wanted to learn one-on-one. And everything they showed me was that Young Living walks the walk and talks the talk. And that just completely confirmed everything I loved about Young Living. And then I was invited to convention. Someone in the team blessed me, and I was able to attend the first convention in Utah. And I met Sheila, and I met the LWN team. And from there, all the inspiring, words of wisdom from everyone, the connection that I made with people, I was like, oh my God, I really want to do this. So then I started the business in 2017. And I started sharing and remembering all the love that was poured onto me through all those years. I wanted to do that too. So I did. I started the business, and people started responding. They wanted to know more. And I said, there's a need. But it wasn't really until last year that I had a specific health issue that I needed support on, that I went the natural route using a Young Living protocol. And my Young Living protocol beat the odds. And medically speaking, it beat the odds. So with that in mind, and my experience, and the love, and the knowledge of the power of everything that Young Living has to offer for the health, I just started to just blow away and just share everything I've learned and I knew and what I was experiencing. And the love that I wanted to pour into people, the consistency of me using the product and being a product of the product, help people trust that I was telling them the truth, that I wasn't just wanting to sell an oil. I just wanted them to be as healthy as I felt and really learn from my experience. So long story short, I hit silver for the first time, and here I am. I have a beautiful team that I am blessed with, and they're all strong women of faith. And out of all the things that I can also get out of Young Living is that it's people that I pray with, and they pray for me, I pray for them, and we support each other in love, and we give by grace what we have received by grace. So that's my Young Living story.
Oh, yummy. I have chills. I wish we could hug you in Salt Lake City this year. That's such a special part to come up, and you do. You know everybody at all the places, and you're the one who's the will call girl. You are on it. And I miss you. I wish we could hug this year. For sure.
Yes.
Thank you. And also, just to note, those of you who are Spanish speaking, Yamilka takes really, really good care of our team. We are super grateful to her for translation that she's doing, not just for members of her own team, but our wider LWN and Young Living community. Truly, you are blessing Team YL by translating and offering that to people in our Living Well Now groups, as well as her own Young Living group that is completely in Spanish. And I love checking out my grammatical, like how well I understand Spanish, because I go to your group and I'm like, oh, hey, I recognize some of those words. Like the person who said yesterday, how can they go without, nunca sin NingXia Red? Because you were talking about how important NingXia Red was. And she was like, I can't imagine ever going without NingXia Red. I was like, I can read that. So thank you for always being a voice to really expand that vision beyond our Spanish speakers into other worlds as well. Thank you so much for that. Mm-hmm. Congratulations again on silver. You make 75, Deborah just pointed out to us, 75 Thousandaires on the Living Well Now team. And we couldn't be happier to celebrate with you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. We want to turn now to our gold leaders. We're going to celebrate Nan Gillespie and Leanne Burbank. You guys can thumb wrestle it out for who's going to share first. We'll let you, who's jumping on?
I'll go ahead and share.
Thanks, Leanne.
I'm Leanne Burbank, and I've been involved in Young Living for about 6 years. And I started for my health. I had no intention of building a business. I remember when Amy Marble sat down with me and was drawing circles all over this paper and saying all sorts of stuff. And I'm just like, you might as well speak Japanese to me because I'm not interested. And so I did go to, I was going to some of the classes because I wanted to learn. I didn't want to just get these oils and have them just sit there, because I really was looking for help for my health. And I just found that I was really drawn into the community of people. It really was amazing. And I joined in April, and it was in September that Amy talked me into going to the Rock Your Biz class that we did at Rio. And at that time, I kept telling Amy, no, I don't want to do the business. But I was looking, I know I was looking for something else. And so sharing with family and friends, like I've heard so many say, you end up with this accidental business. And so when we were at one of the training things, I can specifically remember Andrea talking about dream building and how important that was. About, your dream has to be so big that it like turns your stomach. And because too many times we're too used to holding back from different hurts in life, or just different situations that you feel like you can't dream. And so I was really challenged at that time. I have 3 grandbabies growing up in New Zealand, and I didn't want to be just a once a year Nana. I want to be able to see them more than once a year. And so at the time, I was doing in-home daycare. I had been doing it for like 24 years at that point. And so when I take time off, that means I don't get paid. So when I go to New Zealand to see them, not only am I paying for my airfare and everything else, but I have to also have money set aside for bills and all that kind of thing. And so that was one of my biggest things, is I want to be able to take trips to see them without it being a huge financial deal. And so it was just those little steps. And then some of my bigger dreams, like it took me a while to actually do a vision board. So for those of you that have not done a vision board, please do one. Because when I finally did it, I had everything up here in my head, but actually seeing it in front of me on this paper, I literally started crying, because now there it is. Because I kept it inside because it was, guarded, and so one of the things I had put on my vision board was I wanted to retire from doing daycare. I loved my kids, but at that time it was 24, 25 years, and it's like I want to be done. And so long story short, God has blessed and continues to bless. And last May, a year ago May, I was able to retire from doing in-home daycare. 30 years of doing in-home daycare, and I was able to retire, and that was huge. Get a little emotional. I've been able to do a couple of trips since then to New Zealand, and even paying for my husband airfare to go with, and it not coming out of your regular budget. And so it's been huge. It's been huge, and I've been so blessed by the community of people. One of the things that I tell some of my business builders is, when you're first starting, sometimes it can be hard to dream. So have like the smaller dreams, and I use the example of, well, maybe like, for example, have maybe you want a new vacuum cleaner. That might not be a big deal, but there are some nice ones out there. So you put that on your vision board, and once you get that vacuum cleaner, what's the next step? Well, maybe having somebody come into your house once a week and using that vacuum cleaner, and it not be you. So having those little dreams, but also having those big ones too. And one of the things I encourage my business builders is, when we were able to go to classes, and now it's the Zoom ones, which is great too, is just to continue going, whether you've got somebody going with you or not. Because that's when I found, when I would be like, I don't think I can do this. That's when I found my most, I would go to these classes and I'd just be like, really inspired again, the community of people, and seeing the excitement and like, you know what, I can do this. I can do it. And I can really relate a lot with Brandy is I am not a salesman. And I kept telling Amy, I can't, my world is right here in my home with my 6 little kids every single day. But it was amazing, again, God blessing, and just sharing your passion and sharing step by step. So it's not these big giant steps. And again, not to compare myself to somebody else who's been working it longer. And that's the other thing I love is just the support that we've gotten, or I've gotten, that I've never been made to feel like I'm not doing enough. If anything, everybody's been such a great cheerleader, because we all have different seasons in our life that are up and down and slow and fast, and that's okay. So just keep putting one foot in front of the other and get those visions out on paper. Put there where you can see them, because it really does help you stay focused. So thank you.
Thank you, Leanne. Woo, woo! We appreciate you. I love that you and Brandy were both on the call tonight as former preschool teachers too, in-home preschool and home daycare. Super sweet. Nan Gillespie, all the way from Arkansas. Let us see you live on a porch. I think you were hanging out. Are you still around?
Yeah, we're right here.
There you are.
Yes, I was sitting on this beautiful balcony overlooking a golf course. The wind is blowing through the trees, which make a lot of noise when that happens. We don't get to hear that in Arizona very often. And it's just beautiful. And I told Sandra just a few minutes ago, I'm totally distracted by the scenery. I keep looking elsewhere. I'll be quick because I know we only have a couple minutes left. I first hit gold. I'll pull that in. First hit gold in 2017. Didn't hit it again until about 4 months ago. And that was very, very disheartening for me. And it was a tough 3 years, to be really honest. I mean, to be stuck at silver, I know those are first world problems. There could be much worse than being stuck at silver. Silver was a great place to be. But I am the kind of person, I'm a rule follower, in case you haven't noticed if I've ever corrected your grammar or your posts on lifestyle or whatever. But so I was doing all the things. I mean, Ange can tell you, she never had to tell me to do anything, right? Like I had it down pat. I knew what to do, straightforward. What changed in my life was when I stood up and asked Richard Bliss Brooks why I couldn't find more people like me. And he basically read me the riot act and told me I wasn't doing the things I needed to do to show people on my team what you need to do. And that is asking someone every single day about the business or the product. Now he said just the business, but I'm adding my own twist in there. And I would do it in spurts. I would do it, 4 days a week instead of 7 days a week or whatever. You have to be consistent. Every single day you are reaching out to somebody and helping to transform their lives like your own has been transformed. And the best way to do that is to share your story and to build relationships. I was the rule follower. I was checking off the boxes, but I was not building those relationships. And I was not asking somebody every single day. And that makes all the difference. And then, when you're doing that, you're attracting that to your life as well. So that's where my friend Sandra comes in. And this is why I'm here in Arkansas, because she's doing the work. She's talking to people all the time about Young Living and the opportunity. And when she decided to do this, she said, I'm bringing people on board to do it with me because I don't want to do this alone. And so she just rallied her friends and said, this is going to be fun. Let's do it together. And so I'm honoring that by spending part of my gold check to come out to Arkansas and watch virtually the Young Living convention. I could be watching from my home. We could be Zooming together, but no. You've got to invest in those relationships as well. And you asked earlier about, or Deborah did, about going from executive to silver. try going from silver to a steady gold. I got money to spend, people. I brought a ton of swag with me. I paid for a plane ticket. I didn't blink. So if I can inspire you to be consistent, to actually talk to people, and by asking, we all know that means you're getting an answer back. It's not a asking and, oh, I never heard from them again, but that counts. No, you've got to ask, and you've got to get a yes or a no or a maybe back from them for that to count as your one ask that day. So it changes your life. And I tease Ange, I'm like, I'm glad you're all jumping on the Richard Bliss Brooke bandwagon, because I've been doing it now for a year and I totally saw the difference. And I will continue to do it because it works. So thanks for asking me to talk.
Oh, Nan, I'm so glad you guys came live. It's really good to see your faces. Mwah. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And it looks like probably cooler weather there than we're having here.
It's a little wet, though.
A little wet, a little more humid. I get it. We're going to announce our winner from question 3. Andrea, do you want to announce our winner? And then we'll show question 4. And then Aaron and Sarah will give us a little chat on that.
Yes, I would love to. That was a long time ago, Ange. Now I have to go back and see who was the winner. I know the first name was Tanya, I'm pretty sure.
Tanya Claycomb, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Tanya Claycomb, congratulations. $20 credit coming your way. And we have question 4.
Question 4. How would earning $1,000 for life affect your current financial status? We've heard both Leanne and Nan and our other silver leaders talk tonight about shifting in their financial abundance because of their rank advancement. So I'm just curious, what does it look like to dream of $1,000 extra a month for yourselves? Aaron and Sarah, tell us about what that's been like for you guys.
Hey. Well, first of all, it's been really amazing to hear everybody's stories. We all are over here like massive chills, constantly like, oh my gosh, I have chills on that one and that one. And everything everyone said about relationships, and it's all true. It's all true, believe it. But yeah, I think the biggest thing for us from silver to gold, it's a few $1,000 jump. It's a huge jump. And I remember when we first started the business, we were hippies. People still see us as hippies, but we were like hippies who could live in a yurt and didn't need that much money. And so we were like, I remember when we first started, we're like, if we can just hit silver, we're good for life. We could live off of
Live
that.
out of a van for the rest of our lives. We got it.
Yeah, we're good. And then we hit silver and we're just like, well, what now? What now? And so we had to start dreaming bigger. And we did. We started dreaming bigger and hit gold. When was that? I don't know. 2 years ago now? Yeah,
2.5 years ago.
And
teammates.
Yeah. And
I'll just say teams. I was listening to the call earlier today, or the gala, at the virtual convention. And everybody was talking about teams. And I think that, all of us are just in awe of the Living Well Now team as a whole, but then our individual teams as well. And the relationships and friendships, I feel like some of our best friends are our oily business partners. And it's because we have this common, I want to grow my mindset. I want to grow. I want to heal my junk from my childhood. I want to grow and heal, and I want to get better in life, And then I also want to help other people, and I want to change the wellness story of Americans, or the wellness story of humans, that can be more proactive and more preventative. So the community has just been that. Hearing everybody's stories today is get to your heart, and it's, yes, this is what it's about. Is about people. It's about people helping people.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's if you want to grow an income, it's about being better at building relationships, which that's great. That's a great correlation. And why not keep developing friendships and getting better at communicating and loving on people? And at the same time, your income increases. It's pretty amazing. One of our business partners, who we met when we were executive in Arizona. She literally just like surprised us at the house. Her name's Brianna Grossman. She's a silver leader.
Don't post this online. She surprised us.
She literally, like, I was in the bedroom in the back house, literally right before this call, and just laying there doing Netflix. And all of a sudden, Aaron's like, "Are you dressed?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm dressed." He's like, "Okay, I have somebody who's gonna come in." And I turn around and I start bawling my eyes out because it's Brianna Grossman, who they came over here for a trip for Father's Day, and I didn't know. And I haven't seen her in forever. And she's become one of my greatest friends through a friend of a friend through this business, and one of a very strong team, silver team. So I think it's just huge.
And to go with that, think of the next decade, the next 2 decades, Young Living, the next 3 decades. Young Living is not the next 3 years. We're visioning bigger, longer, and more bold. So just know that we're going to hang out, like the people you're starting businesses with, growing businesses with, like choose the people that you want to hang out with for the next 3, 4, 5 decades, you know, like, and let's do that. Let's do that and grow that.
All right.
Thanks, you guys. That was awesome. So inspiring. And I just have to tell you, like, it's amazing how growth and development happens when you're surrounded by other people who are growing and developing, right? We sharpen each other by our presence with one another. And even reading in the chat some of these stories about what you're dreaming of and what you've been able to do with this extra $1,000 a month already is just inspiring and helps people see the vision of going forward. So Leanne, thanks again for sharing that about this vision piece of really, as adults, we don't get asked very often, what does it look like to dream? What does it look like to, if you could have extra, if you would have an abundance, what would that be for your life? How would that fuel you? And so I'm just grateful that we have a community of dreamers like that. And we're going to announce our last winner out of those responses is from Andrea. And any other closing words on, and then I'm going to share a little bit about convention.
Oh, well, I just hope that you guys have had a chance to look at some of these responses, because I just get excited reading other people's dreams. And some of it is dreaming, and some of it is preparation for hard times. And that's what's happened this year. A lot of us have experienced hard times with just everything that's going on in the world. And I loved getting to read, you're not the winner, Yami, but I loved getting to read your response. I'm in awe that my first silver paycheck came at the perfect time when my husband had to go on a mandatory furlough and I was able to cover our mortgage. You didn't expect that 2 years ago. None of us expected this 2 years ago. So I think one of the beauties of this business and this type of business, we haven't had to worry about our income. Through the last 3 or 4 months, we haven't had to worry about our income because it's leveraged income. It's passive income. It's income that continues to come in even if the work is not done in that month. And so I just love that. I love that for you, Yami. Our winner for the 4th giveaway is Carmelita, AKA Waimea. Congratulations, Carmelita. You said it would mean helping my children every month and increasing my mission support. Thank you. You're beautiful, Carmelita. And $20 product credit is coming your way.
We just want to close out today by making sure that you are already plugged into our LWN convention group. We have an event tomorrow at lunchtime, which will be after the morning general session. We'll unveil some of the products. We'll share about what's being released. Products don't come live until 12 o'clock Arizona time, correct? 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time tomorrow, Andrea. So these graphics are posted over there in that LWN convention group. Make sure you're there for all of the next upcoming things. For example, tomorrow's lunch will be in this Zoom room. We'll be visiting different groups of people who are meeting. Saturday morning, Andy and the EO Bros are setting up a 5K over at the Rio Vista Community Center, not too far here locally. So there are lots of ways for us to connect. If you're still looking for a place to hang out, post in there, let people know, let your leaders know that you're hoping to get connected for more of the convention details. But we're really glad that you joined us tonight for this beginning of convention 2020. virtual International Grand Convention for your NingXia Red, for your Club Red, all the excitement. And since we're not going to get to do karaoke together this time, I thought we would end with a song that we could all sing together. I think you all will know it. Let's see if I can. Let's see. I tried to pick something that was catchy. Let's see.
Does this mean we need to all unmute ourselves right now
at the same time? Sure.
Sounds really fun.
I know it sounds horrible, but I feel like we need to hear each other.
You might just want to lip sync. You know this one? And I didn't do karaoke version. Ready?
Away.
Yeah. Everyone on the chorus, ready?
My loneliness calls. I dance with somebody. I feel the heat. I want to dance with somebody.
You're doing awesome. I love it. Many blessings. Have an amazing night. We'll see you tomorrow for lunch. Enjoy the kickoff to Virtual International Grand Convention. Cheers and blessings. Bye, y'all.